next one along is what I call a party hat, and I've just wanted to use some of the other things out of the same stamp set. You've got all these wonderful little greetings. So that's a little Wish Big, which is fabulous, and I've just punched that out with our new little tiny oval. Just stick that to a square of designer series paper with 2 of the 4 corners rounded. And to go with Wish Big, I want to do a little party hat from the Pennant Parade set. So I've stamped the Dotty pennant in Lucky Limeade, and then done a pink pirouette star and a topper. And I'll just add 2 more little stars to my party hat in the Lucky Limeade. So put a star there and 1 there to make it look like a little party hat. And this time we're going to punch it out of the smaller of the 2 tags, like that. Beautiful. And then we're just going to stick that onto a larger tag, and there's a little party hat. And of course, what party hat is complete without a nice little bit of party bling on the top? So I have to have a bit of a rhinestone on the top. Beautiful. Okay, Christmas tree. Again, I've seen a few people do this one, different different websites. Basically all it is the pennant stamped onto some cardstock, cut out with the curly surround. Oops, that's not stamped very well. Can I have 2 there? That's okay. So punched out with the curly one, and you can see what I've started to do here already is colour these dots in on the tree. I've just got a Melon Mambo marker just because it matches with the rest of what colours I've been using in the stamp. So you can colour your dots in whatever you like. Fold these in half. You need at least 3 to make a pop-up tree. You can use more, but basically then all you do is stamp them all the same, punch them all out, apply a bit of sticky strip, and then join them together like that. One on one side, one on the other. That red stuff gets everywhere. Like that. So you can have it. You can have more than 3, but 3 works nicely. Then you've got some more sticky strip on the back here. Peel those 2 strips off, and then I've already got a square here that I've stamped the pot from the stamp set on in Early Espresso. And then if you just hold them all flat and together, you can line them up and stick your tree onto your paper. And then I just use a little bit of Sahara Sand ink on a blender pen, and we're just going to put a little bit of a shadow for our bucket just to make it look prettier. Again, you don't have to do that, but that's just what I like to do. Okay, so Christmas tree then just gets glued onto another nice piece of designer series paper, and that's another panel complete. So it pops up like that, nice on a card front, but then it'll lay flat so we can put it in our concertina folder. Sailboat is the next one I'm going to make for you. Okay, so basically we need, the base of our sailboat is done using some designer series paper and this smaller oval punch. Basically you just want to punch out a little shape that looks like the bottom of a boat, like that, out of your paper. Done. And then some waves for our boat, of course, a scallop bordered piece of Bashful Blue, smudged a little bit with extra Bashful Blue, and basically just stick it to your cardstock. Now this is where I like to be a little bit more creative and put some of these strips maybe on a bit of an angle for the next one. Oh, that's not going to go under, there we go. So angle your piece of cardstock just a little bit so you've got sort of non-even waves to the back. Trim off the excess, and then one more piece of wave. 3 layers is good. Nice. One more piece, again, just pop it in however you like. You can have it on a bit of an angle if you want to. Stick that all down, trim it off on the back like that and like that. Then glue your boat in place. Bit of glue on the back of the designer series paper. So your boat might sit in front of some waves, behind others. Oh, that piece of cardstock's not quite wide enough. Oh yes it is. Oh, my boat's too large. Wrong punch, people. Wrong punch. I want the little punch, not that great big wide one. My mistake. What was I thinking? Alright, not a problem. We can still make this. Little boat. That's better. So that's the 1 3/8 by 5/8 inch oval punch, everybody. Just because I don't know what size punch we're using. I only worked it out because it didn't fit on my waves. Let's try that. That fits on my waves a lot better. Much nicer. Then I've just got a little strip of Concord Crush cardstock here for my mast. So the mast goes in a little bit of an angle on my boat like that. Then I've stamped a dotty pennant, and I only want the dots for my mast on my boat. So what I do is I just put it in the one without the scallops on it, and you can get just the dots. So that's what I want for that one. Then I've punched a second one in pink pirouette. So the dotty one actually works quite good. We put it against the mast. Oops. And then the one I've cut out of the pink pirouette, if you just trim that in half like that, that is your other sail on your boat. So I've put the cut edge to the, that's the cut line there. So that's how I've glued it on. Okay, so that's your little sailboat. Alright, and the last one is our little flower pot out of the same punch. So I've just got a backing sheet here, and I don't know how well you can see that, but I've stamped that same one that I used on the sailboat onto some Concord Crush cardstock right at the bottom. And basically I'm just going to punch that one out like that, and I want that to be my pot for my flower, so I can adhere that one to the bottom of the background piece. Then I've just, to cover the bottom because it doesn't look very even, got a little tiny strip of cardstock here. I'm just cutting really tiny little slits for some grass. Then I like my grass to be a bit, I don't know, what do you call it, uneven looking. So I just take to it with a pair of scissors and give it a haircut. It's funny because I think you can buy punches that do this whole make it look like grass thing, but I think that looks just as good. Alright, oops, probably a good idea not to haircut while you're working. Never mind. Okay, so then a bit of glue along this bottom edge. and put the grass at the bottom of our flower pot. Having all thumbs and fingers issues here this afternoon. Okay, gluing that down. Okay, our flower, which is just that triple layer Blossom's Punch with an itty bitty flower on an itty bitty button with a bit of bling on the top. So our flower gets glued there, up the top of our panel. This is from the branch from the bird punch. I'm going to stick our branch, which is the stem of our flower, on. And stick it in like that. There we go. And then just a couple of leaves that I've cut and then cut on a bit of an angle, and they can just adhere to the stem, one that way, oops, and one that way. Alright, so that's our flower. So once you glue them all onto your pane, I'll zoom out so you can have a look. Once you glue them all on, that's what you'll end up having. You've got reindeer, your little girl, the ice cream cone, the party hat, the little pop-up Christmas tree, a sailboat, a flower pot, and who said all you can make is pennants out of the Pennant Parade stamp set. A fantastic stamp set to have, so versatile, and this is just a small fraction of what you can do. Have a look out there in the World Wide Web. Lots of fabulous people have come up with even more fabulous ways to use it, but a great little sampler just to have to remind you how good that stamp set is. Alright guys, I hope you get together and make yourself a little sampler like this one and enjoy.